Hi everyone, welcome to my Personal Finances Podcast, episode 54. Today we're going to talk about how crypto works with Tokenize Exchange. So Tokenize Malaysia is an SC-approved digital currency trading platform with 19% acquisition under Kenanga Islamic Investment Bank Berhad. And we have invited Chi Yu, who is the founder and CEO of Tokenize Exchange. Chi Yu obviously is a blockchain tech enthusiast. He has also 4 years of experience in trading and managing investment portfolios across forex, equities, and digital currency. But let's just focus on cryptocurrency today, and I'll see you on the other side. Hi, Chi. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Catherine. Thank you. Hi, everyone.
All right, let's probably start off with having you briefly introduce yourself for the benefit of our audience.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Qi. I'm the founder of Tokenize Exchange. Tokenize Exchange started back in late 2017, back in Singapore. Then shortly after 6 months, we entered Malaysia market. And throughout the whole license motions, which started early 2019, we are very fortunate to be one of the 3, now I think it's 4, licensed exchange in Malaysia.
Sounds like an exciting journey in Malaysia.
Yeah. Indeed, it is. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the brief introduction. So for our audience to know a bit more better about you, I have a quick fire questions. So, let's just start off with, could you tell us what motivates you in life and work?
Wow, that's
That's a deep question to start off with, right?
Yeah, but I think it's very relevant to what I'm working on right now, right? Which is a cryptocurrency exchange platform, right? I think since 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, when I chanced upon cryptocurrency, I think I already made myself deep into this rabbit hole, right? From as a cryptocurrency investor, where I find pain points of a platform, and that's how I actually eventually get started to build a platform, right? So if you ask me, I think cryptocurrency is one of the key domain in my life that really motivate me, and the industry moves so fast and it always keep me awake. So I would say that cryptocurrency itself, is something that motivate me in my life, and I have a lot of passion on it.
Yeah,
Hope
I
that
think
answer your questions, Catherine.
it is a good answer. I think one of the luckiest thing in life is actually to work on something that is your ultimate passion about. Not everyone gets a chance. Some people have to like being forced to work just for money and instead of their passion. Yeah, very good answer. All right,
Thanks,
then
Catherine.
next up,
Yep.
what is your personal definition of financial independence?
Oh, cool. So I think, for my own definition, just my personal opinion, is that once you are able to achieve a certain financial capacity, where you don't really need to work for income, or you don't need to work to so-called survive, I believe that you already achieve financial independence. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward. Then next up, how do you save and invest? You're probably gonna say
How do I?
crypto, and but no right or wrong answer.
Save and invest. Okay, so I mean, I just like everyone, when I graduate, since 18, I started my so-called tertiary education with my diploma in Singapore with Poly, and after that I graduated from NTU. Just like everyone getting a degree. Then I find job also. Very fortunate, I managed to secure a job before I graduate, and I worked for one MNC for my first career. So I made myself save 1/3 of my salary income, right? Then after that, I have to save first, right? To before I'm able to invest. So after I save for a few months, because I already start trading and investing in stock market before even I graduate. So upon I graduate, after I have a saving, I build a saving. Then from the saving, I actually take out quite aggressively. I take out around half of it. Then I build a portfolio and invest in the stock market. That's actually how I get started. Right. After 4-5 years, then only I chance upon cryptocurrency. Of course, now my portfolio, a huge chunk, can even like more than 90% are in cryptocurrency. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
Interesting.
my journey is like, you know, with the majority, right? We save first, then after that we
Hmm.
put certain tractions. After we have an emergency fund, right? Then we put a chunk of our income into investment, right? Then investment, then there are a lot of asset class, right? Do you want to invest in stock market, or do you want to invest in precious metal or cryptocurrency, right? That's how I'm doing it. Almost same like everyone, right?
Oh, not exactly. I mean, not too sure if it's same like anyone, but I think it's definitely very good thing for everyone to learn. You basically got the like a very good points, like mentioned about save first before invest. That's a very important point,
Yeah,
and also you started even before you graduated, and you had
yeah,
time on your side. Have your that advantage that is the best. All right, if we have the chance, maybe we can have you on another show to talk about your own investment portfolio. That might be interesting.
sure,
All
sure.
right.
Happy to do
So
so.
then, next question will be, what is your favorite quote? Like
What
life
is my
motto? Yeah, a quote that you always just tell people about.
I quite like this quote. There's this quote
Mm-hmm.
rhyme like this, like serve to be perfect to serve. So I think that's something I always bear in mind, right? I'm quite inspired with this quote, right? So in order to be perfect, you have to learn how to serve, and through serving and servicing people, you become perfect. So yeah, I think I get a lot of inspiration by doing so. That's why when we build business, we build platform. That's always behind my mind, like how I motivate myself, because we are not perfect, right? In the beginning, so it's really through a lot of trial and error, and always have a mind that how we want to serve people better, then we make ourselves into a profession, right?
Oh,
So I think that's not so relevant, but yeah, that's my favorite quote. Yeah.
that is very inspiring. Then can you repeat that again? Serve to
Serve to be perfect to serve. Yeah.
be perfect, perfect to serve. I think
Yeah.
that's the best. Like it can even be your business vision, right? All right.
Sure.
Okay. Then so last quick question will be extremely random one. So it's a random question generator that I generate out of a 20,000 combination. So it's just either pick one. So the question is, who would you rather watch online streaming flicks with? It's either Jim Carrey or Natalie Portman. Who would you rather watch online streaming flicks with? Yeah, either one of them.
Oh,
Random.
it's tough. It's tough. I really like those two, but I think I will choose the later one. I choose the Natalie Portman.
Natalie
Yeah.
Portman. Any
Yeah.
reason?
Don't ask me why. No, it's just random. Don't ask me why. I can't tell. Yeah.
Well, okay, okay, then I probably won't ask why, but I can say like it's probably a good choice. Although both of them are very good, but Natalie Portman is definitely a person that we can learn pretty much from. She is an activist now. She went to Harvard before. Bachelor in psychology, I think, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so don't blame me if any of the fans of hers is watching. Yep. All right. So let's talk about cryptocurrency right now. So it's been around for some time. Probably like other countries are way before us. So how would you describe investing in crypto to the new investors, for people who are new to this?
Understand. So I think we like to use this analogy where we like to
Mm,
compare, cryptocurrency, where its underlying technology is blockchain, to internet, right? It's like we like to say like it is the internet 2.0, right? This
mm,
the next level internet, or the internet money, right? Because literally cryptocurrency is actually transferred through internet, right? So it's sort of like internet money. Uh, yeah. So I think to put it in simple, we would like to compare it on that. But if you want to know more, I can explain a bit more, like what is cryptocurrency, and what is the blockchain underlying technology, how blockchain works. I don't know whether we should go there, but if not, I think
yeah, I
if
mean,
not, I
just
think I think yeah, Catherine, yeah.
Yeah, I think let's make it like very like a dummy proof, like make it like in the most simplest point that you can ever, to explain to someone new. Because I think some people might just start off from hardware, from seeing other people investing. I think that is pretty common as what I can
Yeah,
see. So it would be
yeah.
good to really understand like at least quite fully. Yeah.
Understand. Cryptocurrency, if you take a step back, we can mention it as like internet money, and it's very similar to how how now most of the country they want to move into cashless society, right? So it works exactly the same. The only difference is that like let's say we talk about cashless right now, we talk about ringgit. There's a country behind it. There's BNM behind it, right? There's a
Mm-hmm.
central bank behind it. Where
Mm-hmm.
cryptocurrency is not, right? It's actually established through a network, and this network is actually people who believe in it, right? There are miners who actually contribute their machines
Mm-hmm.
to run the nodes
Mm-hmm.
and facilitate the network. And the network itself is actually just a ledger, right? Just like this ledger is not kept by a person, it's kept by a community, right? Who facilitate this network, and every
Mm-hmm.
transaction is recorded by a group of people instead of just like one people. Right? Like, let's say Catherine is keeping the ledger, and
Mm-hmm.
if Catherine is keeping the ledger, she can change the amount of money or change the numbers anytime that she like, right? But if it's kept by a community, then it have more weaknesses and you have more party to actually validate the transaction. Right? If Catherine just change it, in the community, I will say that, hey, Catherine, why you change the ledger? Why you change the numbers? Right. So
Mm-hmm.
this actually established a technology where it's a tamper proof, right? You cannot tamper the data. You cannot and the data become immutable, and where we can trust and become a trusted technology. So this is all the relations. But if you want to summarize, you can always take a simple analogy is that it's the internet money. It's a new form of money, right? Digital money. Yeah.
All right. Okay, thanks for that. All right. So nowadays we are started seeing like more and more cryptocurrency platform like in Malaysia, especially like regulated by SC. Those are the ones that people wanna really trust and wanna invest on. So like, could you like explain to us how is Tokenize similar or different compared to the other platforms?
Understand. So, cryptocurrency platforms, in Malaysia, currently there are four licensed, right, under Security Commission Malaysia, and Tokenize is one of them. Pretty much our business model is the same. We provide accessibility for the mass market, right, in Malaysia to able to buy with ringgit, right, to cryptocurrency or so-called the digital asset like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. We are like accessible or the gateway for the newcomers to able to buy with ringgits to all these up and rising asset class, right? And
Mm-hmm.
if one thing that you maybe want to differentiate with other platforms is that we
Mm-hmm.
put a lot of human touch. We do a lot of webinar in a monthly basis. We emphasize a lot of educations, right, and awareness so that the new comer can better understand what is cryptocurrency, what is blockchain, and how they can kickstart their investment journey in this domain. So I will say that maybe it's a bit different. Yeah.
That is good to know. Yep. For anyone who just started watching, just started joining us, feel free to drop your questions and I'll pick that up along the way. Hopefully, anything like, you want to know more about Tokenize and, any personal question you want to ask about Chi. All right. So, next question would be that would be interesting. So, what is your own experience investing in crypto?
Of course, my investment journey is quite smooth and smooth sailing one. I started way back in 2017, which is one of the hottest bull run, right? Of course, I think this year will be more interesting. But back then, I remember I just kickstart with like $500, and within 2 weeks, I think I enjoy almost 100% of the growth. So it's something that I have never experienced before in other traditional asset class, and that attract a lot of my attention. And the reason when I kickstart my cryptocurrency journey is I will say the reason is a bit different because I'm a coder. Before I started Tokenize Exchange,
Mm,
so I just have to buy the cryptocurrency, which is Ethereum back then. to testing with some code to deploy a smart contract, so-called, right? So that's why I have to buy. Yeah, smart contract. So I buy it. It's not with an investment mindset. I buy it with, it's like with a utility mindset that I have to have that so that I can code something and test it out with this kind of new innovations. But little that I know that throughout the process, because I buy a small chunk, like and the remaining small chunk that I never use, experience like double appreciations, a bit of flip burning, and then it attract a lot of my attention, and I put more time to really study about it and understand more different form of cryptocurrency. Then I start to build a portfolio across, and in the end, it's very rewarding. Back then, it's very rewarding, and that's also inspired me. How to make the whole ecosystem more efficient, and how what are the role that I can play in this ecosystem, and that's also how Tokenize Exchange come about. Yeah.
That's interesting. Right. So now that you've been through the journey, you probably got a different starting point from as compared to others, or maybe some would have the similar ones. So if you were to share like a couple of tips, maybe your top 3 tips about investing in crypto, what would that be?
Top 3 tips. I think in our industry we like to say DYOR, means do your own research, right? So I think do your own research or due diligence is very important. That's always have to come first. The second is about risk management, right? Always invest with the money that you can lose, right? So that you don't need have a worry and you can sleep peacefully at night, right? The third one is find a trust and secure platform, right? That's why I think in Malaysia is very fortunate. There's a license exchange already. So to get start with, it's always good to fall back to the license or regulated exchanges, so that at least know that we are always there and we have governance behind us, right? So I think that's the 3 things I can really summarize. Hopefully it's helpful for the newcomers. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty important. Are there any things that you would advise the new investor to actually watch out for? Be careful with this, or are there any things that you come about?
I think can watch my PF, right, to get more education on more updated informations. I think that's one way, right? I think, and also because of that, then you can hear my sharing. I think that's very important. To find a trusted and reliable source is always very crucial for your financial investor. Right? I think that's very essential. And I think end of the day, try to verify the sources with few parties. Don't just rely on one, because I think these 2 years during COVID period, there are more increasing scam and fraud, right? You can see from SMS, you can see from all kind of how to say, scams that is happening across. So I think that we have to be very careful and don't too quick fall into prey into like fast money, or those I think is a few red flag that we really have to watch on. Yeah.
Yep. I think to summarize, those were the top three tips. Like number 1 being know what you're investing in, like study, make a lot of research, fully understand what you're investing. The second one would be, what's that again?
Put money that you can afford to lose. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think we do you categorize crypto as a high risk investment, honestly?
Yeah, definitely. I think cryptocurrency is still a high risk investment, right? That's why there's always high risk, high return, where we have to keep in mind it's very volatile. So we only size our investment size accordingly where we can afford to lose it, right? Let's say the worst case scenario, you go to zero, we don't feel the impact, right? If we have that kind of stress test, I think we are good to go, right? We are good to allocate a certain percentage into this portfolio.
Yep. I think that is a very, very important point. And also it goes back to the first point, where if you really fully understand, even though it's a high risk investment, if it's something that you can take, for example, your point about invest with money that you can lose, basically the proportion of your asset that can be allocated for these aspects, then that should be good. And finally, definitely most importantly, is invest on regulated and trusted site. Tokenize is one of them. and also like read out about the others platform available, which one that suits you most. And so next up is there are still many people are still fearful about investing in crypto, with all the news they know about, or probably because they just don't know about it, don't know so much about it. So how do you address to that concern for people who are
Yeah,
fearful about investing in crypto?
understand. That's why I think we put a lot of effort in educations, because the education and
Mm-hmm.
awareness is still, there's still a gap. Of course, situation has improved a lot, especially after the COVID period, right? The awareness or understanding of a cryptocurrency last time when we talk about 100 people, right? There are only 2 people out of 100 in the global populations are aware of cryptocurrency, and it apply the same like Malaysia ratio, the Malaysia population ratio. 2 out of 100 only heard about cryptocurrency or have invested in cryptocurrency. But I think now we are looking with a higher ratio. We are looking like around 40 out of 100, right? And I think the more awareness and educational on this domain, I believe some credit have to give to Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk is one of the contradicting iconic figures in our industry. So he helped a lot on the mass adoptions, right? And I think aside of him, there are more figures or listed company or institutional in US also start to open the door and create more awareness in this domain. So that's very important. I think educations and awareness, which can actually help to improve the doubt of the mass market, right? Who still a bit fearful and a bit uncertain about these innovations. That will be very, very helpful. The second is also mainly on the risk profile, because not all investors are comfortable with high risk investment, right? Some
Mm-hmm.
they prefer endowment plan, they prefer fixed income strategies. So I think there's no right and wrong in investment journey, right? That's why it's always come to your life goal and also what is your financial goal that you want to establish your portfolio, right? But for those who are comfortable with high risk investment or their profile is more risk aggressive, definitely it's very worthwhile to understand a bit more about these innovations,
Mm-hmm.
especially on the cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And if I would like to give an analogy, investing in cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's just like 20 years ago you invest in equity markets like Google's, Apple's, Amazon's, right? We are still in the early days, and where you are taking a risk to, to speculate or to taking a positions in a financial term that to bet on the upside, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. For anyone who
Mm.
just started joining us, like I see more and more joining us, so feel free to drop in your questions. I'll pick up along the way. I'm pretty sure like Chiwi will be very happy to answer like some of the questions. All right. So then, now that I also wonder, like, do we have a favorite story about crypto? Like, can be
Favorite
any story.
stories.
Mm-hmm.
Can be any stories. Oh, okay. I don't know what kind of stories that Catherine is looking on, but one of the fun fact maybe I can share is that one of the founder of the cryptocurrency is Ethereum, right? He's a
Mm-hmm.
Vitalik Buterin. So there's a story about him how eventually become a blockchain developer or blockchain founder of this. Currently is a second largest market capitalizations in our industry. He previously is a Dota gamer, right? He played Dota.
Mm-hmm.
So one day, he's not happy with one of the development of Dota, and he requests for the Dota official to change it, and that never get approved. So he become fed up, and eventually he chanced upon Bitcoin. Then after that, he decided to make an improvised version of blockchain, which is Ethereum. So I don't know, can that consider as a story, but yeah, that if you want me to name it, that's one industry story that people can tell, right?
That is definitely interesting. Does that mean like all the Dota players, it's like a big shout out to all the Dota players out there, you know?
Yeah, I think cryptocurrency and gamers, we have a long history back then, way back. I think is very relevant, I guess. So you can see a lot of exchanges right now is sponsor a lot of esport and also a lot of esport gamer
Mm.
team, right? Because it's very, very relevant, and we have hard to tell stories behind us, I guess. Yeah.
But thanks for that. That's definitely an interesting story to know. Yeah. So,
That's your pleasure.
not sure if it's a bit too greedy to ask. Do you have another one for us? Another crypto fun story?
I
Things
can't
that,
really
or
think of
things that
any.
you don't, you think like that you come across just because of your experience of what you're doing now, but probably it's
Hmm.
hard to come by for people who are not in this industry. It's probably interesting to know, interesting to share.
I think there are a lot, but I need a bit of a bit of tips that what Catherine want to know. I guess too many story. Suddenly don't know how to choose. Yeah.
No problem. It can be one of your interesting experience of like working in this journey, things that you learn about, things that you did not know about, even though like your journey of crypto probably start from a way long back then. It can you maybe you
Hmm.
can share a bit of things that you finally learned, after many years, even though you started from such a long time ago.
There are a lot, but I think I will share one.
Mm-hmm,
Where I have a lot of feeling toward it because back then I will say when I started this business, I always
mm-hmm,
have a very how to say I don't know can I use the word pure or what a bit naive I will say that
mm-hmm,
because back then 4 years ago not like now right now you can see news that banking are on it right they are adopting cryptocurrency very fast and aggressively way back then 4 years ago you can see that the banks are taking a very risk averse stance right so a lot of industry players we like to say that the bank don't understand cryptocurrency the bank very worried that one day cryptocurrency industry will take their lunch or something like that,
mm-hmm,
right? So
mm-hmm,
even me, I also have a lot of similar saying like other peers. But
mm-hmm,
after 4 years down the road, or 5 years, where we walk into a compliance route and a regulated regime journey, I think one thing that I learned a lot is that there are a lot of compliance domain we have to pick up, a lot of governance, and it's I can better understanding why banks are so risk averse back then, right? There are a lot of ongoing challenge. When you wear the compliance hat, then you are more aware and you have to think through more associated risks, right? So I think that is a very boring story, but that is something yeah lah, it's an ongoing story, right? Because Tokenize Exchange,
yeah,
aside
yeah.
of in Malaysia, we also trying to get a license in Singapore, and we are in the final phase. So I'm constantly, I can say half of my time I'm working aside of innovations. A lot of things are
Mm-hmm.
working on the regulations domain, right? So I think that's really a true feeling that I really feel it that you don't know what you don't know until you
Mm-hmm.
know. So yeah, so that getting more interesting and 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 it become a story lah, right? The journey become a story, but a
Yeah,
boring.
exactly. I don't think it's a boring story. I think like it's definitely interesting. Like it's becoming interesting, and then I see there's a new, like a long way to go. Like you will see more and more changes, and of course, I mean they have the concern of they have the reason to be concerned. Honestly, and
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
for something that people are not entirely sure about, in and out. They have the reason to be concerned, but it can be a good way, it can be a bad way. Depends on what's their thoughts behind it. So, all
yeah.
right. So we do have a question from Stephen. So, how does Tokenize like position itself versus other DEX? And is Tokenize taking any initiatives with many Malaysian crypto investor moving out of Binance? Oh, okay,
Yeah, so
interesting.
I think that's a very interesting question. So this month we have a lot of campaign, right? We are trying to create a lot of incentive for user who start with us, right? They have double because we're giving up tokenized points. So one tokenized point is like 1 ringgit. So we double up the reward this month. We also have some incentive if you deposit ringgit with us or you deposit digital asset with us, we will give you some points also. So I think those are a bit of motivations. Hopefully, can encourage investor, give us a chance, right, as a regulated players that we can serve you also aside of Binance, right? Understand Binance is one of the largest liquidity, but
Mhm.
at this juncture, I think it's not just Malaysia. A lot of people think that Malaysia is very old school and why they decided to ban Binance. But if you take a step back and look at the international regime, a lot of regulators around the world is actually taking the same approach, right? It's not just Malaysia only, right? So I think that's our initiative where we hope the local investor, digital asset investor, can give us a chance so that see how our platforms can serve you better, right? Yep.
That's good. Thanks for that. So for anyone who just started watching, again, like this is the best time for you to ask question or anything you want to know further about Tokenize or any other tips that you want to know or any interesting questions that you have about crypto. And next, we also have another question from another Steve. So, what value does Tokenize bring as compared to Luno? Yeah, I mean, the audience are very upfront with the names.
Yeah, right. I think I like to circle back to our human touch, right? I think in terms of business model, in terms of platform, definitely everyone's got their pros and cons, right? But what Tokenize, I think we can take pride of is that we really want to establish a lot of human touch with our user base, right? We do a lot of educational initiative. So I hope that's something if you really like, then you can give us a try and let us know how you feel, right? I think that's what I hope is the value that we can bring, right? I don't think we compare to others, right? Because I think Malaysia we only have 4 platforms out there, so it's just like you go to a floor, right? You go to a shop. There's only 4 shop that is selling the digital gadget, right? So I think end of the day is more of what we want to establish is a community feel, right? You are not just someone that come and transfer with us, but we treat you as our family and our community, where we give each other support through this journey, and we are still in the early days, right? So that's really what we hope to achieve. Yep.
I really like your answer being like very humble and being very diplomatic, and she's good. And but that is totally true. And one thing is that I think one thing is definitely that we already started having these few platforms being like fully regulated, and then it's safe to invest and for people who want to try it out, and it make it like so much easier for people to start off with. So I think now is the time where you can throw out some something to entice people to start off with. Like I think earlier you mentioned about the free points, tokenized points to start off with, right? Do you wanna
Yes,
focus on
correct. Can. So I think we will do a promo. It's a very impromptu, but I think my team will support me. Just use my PF in your promo code, and you can enjoy like 30 tokenized points with us today if you sign up with us, this month, right? Before National Day. Yep.
All right. Yeah, we'll look forward to that. And also, looks like Steve is happy with your answer so far. So for anyone who are with us, so feel free to drop in your questions. As I mentioned, if you want to ask any question, now is the best time. And any questions about crypto, any questions about Tokenize. And just so, especially for those who are already started with other platforms or are looking for platforms to move out from. I mean, I also wonder, do you have any tips for people who are actually in that position of trying to move out from one platform to another, having the concern? Do you have any tips as such?
I think one thing we really can be relieved is that Malaysia is very ready in terms of a regulated environment. Since 2019, there are already 3. Now we are looking around 4 platforms that the investor can safely to move out their digital asset to and keep with one of the 4, right? So I think that is really a baseline that the investor really can be be relieved for, right? They don't need to worry that today if something happened, then they move out, then they don't know where to move out, right? But there are a lot of choices lah, right, out there. So in the end of the day, it's still really back to the retail investor really to really think through and whether want to give regulated exchange a chance, right? Understand Malaysia is in terms of development, I think we still have some gap, right, on the commercial term to catch up with those players like Binance. But I think, at the baseline today, if you have a 1 million, for example, you have a huge chunk of asset is in digital asset. Why not just keep with trust and, secure platform like us, where there's a Security Commission Malaysia regulated players like us, right? So I think the fundamental is there's always have a backup and a choice there, right? And Malaysia is really ready for this already. So I think that's the baseline I think I can offer here.
Good enough, good enough. As always, yeah, thanks for being very humble and just share what you can, like from a very neutral point of view. I think that's very important for people to know. Like it's good to try out the different platforms. You might not know like which one suit you the most, but most importantly, the regulated ones are those that you wanna stay on with. To be more secure with your assets. Yeah. Okay, so then, so we are almost coming to the end. If there's no other questions, you still have a chance. For anyone who just want to drop in with any questions or any comments, feel free to drop in. I'll pick it up. Yeah, before we wrap it up, so is there if there is a one big audacious habit or goal that you want our audience to just just don't wait and then just take action right now, what would that be? Sorry, you were muted for a while just now. You can start now.
I think the takeaway is always, I, I think to kickstart, I really encourage all the audience, right, to really give a chance to the cryptocurrency, right, to really understand what is it about, like what is this up and coming rising innovations. Definitely, I can validate personal journey is that it really changed my life, right? It's really a well creations asset class, and I think it's really worth of your time. Then the later part is really about risk management. Back to risk management again, where invest only the things that you can lose, right? So that it won't hit you if there's any changes of the prices or the notional value, where you still can sleep and sleep well at night, and you don't need to have a fluctuations on this price matter, right? So with these two come together, I think you are in a good hand. This journey really is very exciting, and it's really waiting for you to embark. Right.
All right, thank you for that. Thanks for all the useful tips that you shared with us. So yeah, let me check if there's anything. So if there is no questions, I guess that's a wrap for today. All right.
Cool. Thanks, Katrin. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thank you for joining us today. Very happy to have you. And hopefully the next time you come on board, you can talk about more detail about your investment portfolio and also your more useful tips of how to actually get the best out of crypto.
Sure. Happy to do so. Thanks, Katrin.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have definitely learned a lot from Qi Yu. I personally have learned pretty much from him. So if there's really one key takeaway that I will talk about is probably like you mentioned, we are blessed to have different investment crypto platform. And let's just go ahead and try it out. Try out different ones and see which one suits you the most. And of course, more importantly, is to really really understand what is crypto about, and then what suits you more, and how much can you invest, and then take into consideration of all the risks involved, and you'll be fine. So thank you all, and I'll see you in another session. And for all the show notes and link, please visit mypf.my/podcast. We'll be there, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hasta pronto.